Rain fell hard on the Paris cobblestones. Elise snuggled into her old leather jacket. She was trying to stay dry under the overhang of a little bookstore. She was lost in the city, and lost in her thoughts. Her fiancé had left her a month ago. Now she just walked around Paris with no place to go. Then she heard someone laugh, and it made her look. Across the street, a man stood in the doorway of a coffee shop. Even through the rain, she could see the warmth in his eyes. For a second, the ache in her heart felt a little better. Elise felt a little curious. Could she find some comfort in a city full of people she didn't know? Was this her lucky break? A second chance? Elise took a deep breath and stepped out from under the cover. She had nothing to lose and everything to gain. She felt like this meeting, happening by chance, was a sign. It was time to try something new, even if it was a little scary. The cafe was so warm and welcoming, and it smelled wonderful, like coffee and fresh pastries. Antoine was even more charming up close. He spoke with a lovely accent. They shared their stories and their dreams. He was working on a novel. Elise felt a connection she didn't expect. But then, a little doubt started to creep in. Antoine seemed perfect. But could she trust her heart again? Was she just holding on to him to fill the empty feeling her ex-fiancé had left behind? Should she give in to this connection or protect her heart? The answer was to face her past and be open to a future with him. The idea of leaving Paris, of leaving Antoine, filled Elise with a terrible sense of fear. She knew she couldn't keep running away from her past. She had to face her fears and decide if she was going to let them control her future. One evening, as she walked by the Seine River holding hands with Antoine, Elise felt a big rush of feelings. The city lights twinkled on the water, putting a soft, romantic light on their faces. This was it, she realized. This moment. This man. This was her chance to be happy. But would he still want her if he knew the truth about her past? She had to risk it all to build something real. Don't let being unsure stop you from experiencing this love story. Subscribe now and join Elise on her journey of healing and finding herself. With her heart pounding, Elise told Antoine about her fears. She told him about her broken engagement, about her fear of being hurt again. Antoine took her hand and squeezed it gently. He understood. He too had loved and lost. He knew the pain of a broken heart, but also the power of love. He wasn't afraid of her past. On the Pont d'Art bridge, Antoine took out a padlock. He had carved their initials. He locked it to the bridge, a symbol of their promise. Their love story was starting, showing the power of their connection and the courage to love again. Elise felt hope bloom inside her, as joy pushed out her fear. Life with Antoine was making Elise so happy, more than she ever hoped for. Together, they explored the hidden treasures of Paris, shared fun and happy evenings with their friends, and found sweet comfort in each other's arms. But one afternoon, an unexpected letter arrived. It was for Elise, in handwriting she didn't recognize. He was writing to say he was sorry, to explain why he did what he did, and begged her to give him a second chance. Could she ignore this plea from the man she once promised to marry? Between the comfort and safety of her old life and the exciting unknown future she was building with Antoine. The letter from her ex-fiancé really shook Elise. She couldn't hide it from Antoine. What if her feelings had changed? What if telling him this would break their trust? One rainy afternoon, Elise told Antoine everything. She told him about the letter, about all the mixed-up feelings in her heart. Tears ran down her face. To her surprise, Antoine didn't pull away. He listened patiently. When she finished, he hugged her. What do you think about Elise's problem? Have you ever been in a spot like this? Let us know in the comments below. Antoine's support gave Elise the strength to face her past. The letter from her old fiancé was a desperate try to get back what he had lost. He didn't really want her. Elise had changed. She had grown. She had found love with Antoine. She chose him. Elise wrote back to her old fiancé. She let him know that their paths had gone different ways. Their story was over. The future was ahead of her, with Antoine by her side. Years later, Elise stood on the balcony of her Paris apartment, a warm cup of coffee warming her hands. The morning light covered the city in a golden glow, and the Eiffel Tower reached up to the sky like a sign of hope. Next to her, Antoine was sleeping peacefully. His face had lines from all the years and all the laughter. Elise smiled, her heart full of thanks. She had found a love that was deeper than she ever thought possible. Gap 3S. Elise often felt pulled to the Seine River. It was where old memories and future dreams would meet. One cool fall evening, she was sitting on a wooden bench, watching the river flow by. In her hands, she held a small, delicate locket, a gift from Antoine. Opening it, she found a tiny picture of them together. Her thoughts drifted back to the very first days of their relationship. Taking a deep breath, Elise closed the locket and put it around her neck. The Seine River kept on flowing, never stopping, just like their love. Sometimes in quiet moments of thought, we find the strength to keep going. Stay with us as we share more of these stories that last forever. Your story might just help someone else believe in the forever power of love. Love stories like Elise and Antoine's remind us that even when your heart is broken, hope is still there. Their journey teaches us how important it is to take chances, to face our fears, and to open our hearts to how love can change everything. Subscribe to our channel to find more stories about love, about loss, and about second chances. Tell us what you think in the comments below.